All right. What is up, everyone? Let's see here. Let me make sure that I can hear myself and that everything sounds good and looks good and everything. Let me see here. Okay, got it up. Just give me a second here. Alright, everything sounds good. Everything looks good. Alright. Well, welcome everyone. It's Wednesday. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter, Darkonimus. That's where I post all my gaming shenanigans. And let's get into some Diablo 4. Sorry I'm late. I had to go back into the game and get to where we left off. We were quite a bit of ways, so I had to go in and I was like, oh crap, I gotta go back. I totally forgot. I was like, oh crap, I gotta go back in there and get back to where we were, which was the boss battle. So that's where we're at now. Let's get into it. Let's go. Okay, so oh man, what a week already. So the judge ruled in favor of Microsoft for the ABK deal, and then on Tuesday, right? On Tuesday, everybody was, everybody in the Xbox community was happy. Everybody was, praising the judge, and of course, there's always those ponies that are out there that are like, oh, I don't like it, For me, I never cared. But the judge favored in from Microsoft, right? And then today, at like, I don't even know, like this afternoon, the FTC has decided to file an appeal. As soon as we thought it was over, they pull us back in. They pull the taxpayers' dollars back in, and like I've said before, and like I'll say again, none of these people that work for the government give one lick of crap about any of us. So they do what they want. We have to suffer for it, and it's just a waste. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. Like, just give it to Xbox. Just give it to them. Like to me, like just give it to them. To be honest at this point, only because I already know what's gonna happen. I mean, I'm not like 100% positive on it. I already know what's gonna happen. They're gonna continue to make Call of Duty for PlayStation. They're gonna continue to, and they're gonna continue to put, their games in Game Pass. It's just gonna continue. People think that the cycle is gonna like miraculously change because Microsoft owns Activision Blizzard. I don't think that's gonna be the case, to be honest. I think what's gonna happen is that Microsoft's just gonna continue doing what they're doing, and then PlayStation's gonna continue doing what they're doing, and I don't think anything's really gonna change. I don't think anything like drastic is gonna change. Like some people are sitting on Twitter and social media or whatever and saying that there's gonna be real big change out of this. This is not gonna change that much. Granted, yes, Activision Blizzard King are a very huge get for Xbox and a very huge get for the industry in terms of publishers and stuff. So I mean, kudos to Microsoft for trying to get them, but you know, it's just I want it to be done, man. I want it to be over with. I don't even care. I don't even care about freaking Activision. I don't. That's the problem, is that I just don't care about that enough to be like, oh yeah, this matters, you know. I don't care enough to be like, oh, this actually is going to affect me. Because I honestly don't feel like it's going to affect me at all. And I honestly don't think it's going to affect the PlayStation brand at all. You know, I think it's just going to be the same old crap, to be honest. I mean, for me, Call of Duty has always been down in the numbers anyways. Like, this past Call of Duty I picked up, oh my gosh, it was horrendous. I didn't even want to play the multiplayer. I played the single player campaign. Honestly, it was okay. Honestly, it took me a minute to get through it because it was kind of boring, to be honest. I actually had to restart it a couple times just because I felt like it was boring. So this whole thing is just freaking crazy, man. I just want it to be over with. To be completely honest, I just want it to be over with. And we're just dragging it out until I guess there's a clear winner. I don't know. You know, like is it gonna be Microsoft, or is it gonna be the FTC who's gonna win this? You know, it's just, I honestly don't understand why the FTC is appealing, to be honest. I don't. I get it. I get it from the standpoint that, like, it only makes sense in their favor to appeal it. But from a gamer standpoint, from a personal, you know, consumer standpoint, it makes no sense to me because of the fact that you're using my money to fund your stupid trial. Sorry, but you are. You just decide, oh, we're gonna use taxpayers' dollars for something that completely doesn't even matter, by the way. Completely doesn't matter, because we're literally freaking other things in this world that we should be worried about. We're not worried about right now. We're worried about this dumb, stupid court case with the FTC and Microsoft. It's completely ridiculous. And then, of course, you know, you have those quote-unquote, you know, expert lawyers on Twitter or whatever, you know, they think that they're lawyers, but they're not really lawyers. They're just, you know, talking out of their butt on social media. They're, you know, like, happy about this, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's just, come on, man. Let's just move on. Come on. Like, can we just move on, please? Because it's becoming just a redundant mess of crap. That's what it's becoming. And I'm not liking it. I don't like it. I think it's ruining the way that, you know, gamers are, you know, it's taking the attention off of games and putting it on a dumb thing, right? Like, it's just, I don't care if Activision goes to Microsoft. And here's the thing. I know there's going to be people who are going to be upset with me about this, but when has Microsoft actually come up with games and stay consistent they haven't done it yet. And yet, people are worried about what's going to happen with Activision Blizzard. Look, if Activision Blizzard goes into the crapper because they're owned by Xbox, let them go in the crapper. I'm going to say it. Yep, let them go to the crapper. Because, to be completely honest, it might be better for the gaming industry as a whole. Yeah, I went there. I said that. It'll get better for the gaming industry as a whole if Activision went to crap. Because honestly, all they've made in the past how many years is basically Call of Duty. Yes, they've had some things like Diablo. They've had, things like Overwatch. They've had things like Sekiro. They've had some things that were, that, kind of gave them this, this power trip, kind of thing. But yeah, they've in the past couple years though, like the only game that really has sold well for them is Sekiro, and then Call of Duty. But Call of Duty has always beaten everything else. So it's just like, and if you really think that Call of Duty is not going to go to PlayStation, I don't see Microsoft being like, yeah, we're just gonna let them, not have Call of Duty. I don't think so. I think Microsoft's gonna be like, oh, we want that money, but now you're gonna have to sign a contract stating, this, and this, what you can and cannot do, basically, or sign a contract stating that Xbox has full control of Call of Duty, and there's nothing that PlayStation can really do about it. And I guarantee you Sony will sign that contract, because they're going to want Call of Duty on their system, because they know that Call of Duty is going to bring them in money. And what's really interesting is what people really think about the deal, which is what, they think that, Call of Duty is just gonna, it's just gonna, make people stop buying a PlayStation if it goes to Game Pass. It's not gonna do that. I don't think that'll happen. Some people, yeah. Some people will. The hardcore gamers, they will. The hardcore ones who play Call of Duty all the time and are big fans of Call of Duty, they'll just play it on Game Pass for sure. They'll be like, yeah, I'll just play it on Game Pass, save some money. But there's going to be those ones out there that are going to be like, oh, I'm not going to play it on Game Pass. What's Game Pass? There's always those people that are like, can I get that on my PlayStation? People are going to be like, no, you can't get it on your PlayStation. Oh, is that like a, is that like a subscription, like on your TV or something? No, it's Microsoft's subscription service for games. And most people are going to be like, well, I don't know what that is. Most people don't even know what 4K is, let alone know what freaking Game Pass is. People act like everybody knows what Game Pass is. Not everybody knows what Game Pass is. like not everybody knows what that is. Not every gamer knows what Game Pass is. Hardcore gamers, yes. We know what it is. Yes, absolutely. We know what it is. But the majority of people who, you know, like the mom and pop people who will go out and, you know, get their kid a gift for their, you know, their birthday or for Christmas or whatever, they're not gonna know what Game Pass is. Their kid might, yeah.
I need time to do.
But even that kid might not be like, I don't want an Xbox. I want a PlayStation, or I want a Switch. You know, and you know, not every kid is like the last kid that you talk to. You know, like everybody always thinks that like, oh well, every kid likes multiplayer. That's not the case, because it's clearly not the case. Because my nephew, who plays games, he doesn't play very much multiplayer. He's big on the Nintendo Switch and Minecraft. You know, that's what he plays. So it's just weird, and I think it's kind of funny that some of these people think that people are just gonna leave PlayStation just because, you know, Microsoft owns Activision. That's not gonna happen. And if it does happen, it's not gonna happen right away. It might take a generation for people to be like, oh, okay, so I can get this game that I play all the time on Xbox for cheaper. Because I'm not saying that the general public is stupid or anything, because they're not. They're just not informed on that stuff. They're not informed on stuff like we are. You know? So it's just, it's crazy, man. I can't believe we're still in this crap. Still going around and around. Hopefully maybe Xbox will get it. Honestly, I'd rather have Xbox just have it. Honestly, if I was Sony, I would just let them have it. Be like, go ahead. With Xbox's track record, I'd be like, go ahead. But that's me, right? That's how I would do it. But that's just, you know, would that be a smart business move? Probably not. But, you know, that would just be me, because I'd just be like, done with it, you know? I don't care enough about that franchise to have it, you know, keep going on and on and on and on for literally no reason except for that they want to, you know, keep it going, I guess. I don't know. Honestly, I think they just want Microsoft to miss the deadline, to be honest. And it's funny because apparently from the trial, from what it sounded like, that, you know, PlayStation didn't have really a case. Well, the FTC didn't really have a case, right? And that's where I think the FTC was just like, we can't have them look at us like this, you know, kind of thing, like a bitter kid, you know, like that's how it seems like they're acting, like bitter kids. And it's just like, oh my gosh, come on, man. Like, seriously, no one outside of this community of gamers actually cares. No one cares, to be honest. I bet you there's people out there that are like, what is this? Oh, I guarantee it that people are like, what is this? I have no idea what this is. Why is this going on? You know? Why are these guys on TV talking about video games? You know?
I need time.
And I almost guarantee you the people who were watching that were gamers. Mostly Xbox gamers and probably some pony stan type of people. I don't consider myself a pony. I don't consider myself a neutral. I just consider myself a gamer, and that's it. I just go wherever the games are. If there's games out there that I want to play that are on Xbox, then I'll go and play it on Xbox. If there's a game out there that I want to play on Nintendo, I'll go play it on Nintendo. It don't matter to me. The only thing I won't do is like play on mostly PC.
I need time to do that.
Unless there's like a game that I really want to play. Like there is the Trails games that I want to play, so I might actually have to just, you know, bite the bullet and go on to PC to play those games. But not all of them, but the first like 3 games or so I'll have to do that with. Which doesn't really bother me, but it's still kind of like, oh man, I can't believe I actually have to go on PC to play those games. But it's all good. It's fine. I'll do it at some point. Not right now, but at some point I'll be able to do it, hopefully. Because I do want to play Trails into Reverie. But that's the thing. It's just it's ridiculous that we're still talking about this stuff. We're still going through this stuff. We're still, you know, stuck in this limbo, and it's annoying. It truly is. It's like I really wish we could just move on and either way it went, I wouldn't have cared. If Microsoft lost it, then Microsoft lost it. I wouldn't have cared. If they win, like you haven't seen me on Twitter very much lately, right? Especially this week. Like this week, I just haven't really been on Twitter, right? I'll see things. I've seen things, of course, but I was looking at some stuff and I was just like, oh, okay, you know, Microsoft got the win on Tuesday, you know. I was like, yesterday I was just like, okay, they won. All right, let's see what happens. I don't know, you know, I don't know how well this is going to turn out for them or whatever. I was just like, okay, you know, here we go. And then all of a sudden it's like, nope, appeal. And I'm just like, ugh. Now we're going to just drag this out even more, even longer. And we're all going to be sitting here saying to ourselves, man, I wish this deal would be over with so we can get back to gaming. But people will never get back to gaming because most of those, there's a lot of, believe it or not, there's a lot of people who act like they're gamers, but they're not. You know? I'm not going to call them fake gamers because I'm sure they do play games, but they don't play to the extent of like us, right? Like they're casuals, right? They're not like us where we're playing, you know, different games all the different time, you know, always playing something different, always playing something new, always playing something old too, you know, at times, depending on, you know, what mood we're in. And you know, that's what we do as, you know, gamers. You know, hardcore gamers. That's what we do. We play different games. We play all kinds of games. And we play games that we love to play. You know, whether you're on Xbox or you're on PlayStation, that's what you do. As a hardcore gamer, that's what you do. And it's crazy to me that, oh my gosh, that people are out here just being like touting that they are, you know, they're the best, you know, basically, because they, you know, they play on, you know, whatever console they play on or whatever, you know? Like, we're the best because we play on Xbox, or we're the best because we play on PlayStation. It's just like, oh my gosh, come on, man. Really? You know, to me it's like, really? Like, are we really gonna, you know, do that? We're really gonna go here and be like that? It's just dumb. It truly is. It's truly dumb. It's truly just a thing for people to just be like, yep, you know, it's just fuel for people to just be like, yep, we're better, you know. It's like okay, whatever, you know. I don't feel that way. I don't feel either console is better than the other. I think each console, and even PC have their issues, have their problems. They have a lot of pros though too, you know. Like, PC has a lot of pros, but has a lot of cons, and that's why I don't like playing on PC. Plus, I don't want to deal with all that. I don't want to deal with all the crap and building my own PC and all that. I just don't like doing that stuff, you know. And some people are just, you know, it's just crazy, man. I don't get it. I don't get the entirety of this situation. You know, the FTC is just, they make the dumbest decisions, I swear, just so then they can, you know, stay face, I guess. I really don't know what they're trying to do at times. I'm just like thinking to myself,
you need steel work?
You know, is it really that big of a deal if Microsoft gets Activision? I don't know. You know, like, I could see that, yes, it's a big deal for Microsoft, yes. But as a whole, as for the industry, is it really a big deal that, you know, Microsoft gets Activision? I personally don't think so. You know? But that's just me. Because I just feel like it's a waste of money, to be honest. I feel like Microsoft is just wasting their money, to be honest. Wasting their money trying to have Activision. You know, it's like they're wasting. I mean, granted, yes, it doesn't look to them that they're wasting money, because you know, they're you know, really trying to you know, give it, you know, the good old college try, basically. But I don't know. I'm just so fed up with it all. I just wish that there was, you know, more. I just wish there was a lot more, like. I just wish it was over, to be honest. Just done with. But it's not. It's never. It's almost like it's never gonna end. We're just gonna continuously be in this cycle for years to come. I feel like. I'm just like, we're already 2 years in already, and then the deal's about to end pretty soon here for Microsoft, and it's still going, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Are we buying or selling?
I'm just so sick of it, man. I'm just so tired of it. I
can't.
I just absolutely. A lot of times I just can't stand the gaming community as a whole. I'm just gonna be completely honest. I can't stand most of the people that are in the gaming community, to be honest. Like that's why I don't hang out with a lot of them. There's certain ones, yes, I do. I hang out with, and you know, we talk and stuff like that. But there's a lot of the guys that I don't talk to. I don't hang out with them. I don't, associate myself with them. Just because I have no reason. Because they're just, and I'm talking mostly about the PlayStation community, right? There are some that I do that I do talk to and hang out with and stuff like that, but for the most part, the most people that I hang out with is usually Xbox dudes that play on Xbox, for the most part. And it's not because I'm like afraid of any of the PlayStation community or anything like that. It's just because, to be honest, the guys that I hang out with were more welcoming than the guys who were in the PlayStation community. And, they kind of were just like, oh, this guy's a PlayStation gamer, but he don't seem like he's crazy. Like the rest of them. Because believe me, there are a lot of crazy PlayStation fans out there. And sometimes it gets out of hand. I mean, there's PlayStation gamers that go out and say, and tell the developers, show them dick pics and stuff like that, and I'm just like, jeez, man, oh my gosh, I don't think I'm ever gonna beat this boss. Yeah, they do, and then they do bomb threats and stuff, and I'm just like, I mean, I've seen some Xbox dudes do some crazy stuff too, but I mean, no one in my circle, at least, I haven't seen anybody do anything crazy. But the PlayStation pony stands, they take it to a whole nother level. Like, it gets ridiculous. And I'm just like, why do you care this much, man? Like, why do you care this much? Yes, it's gaming, it's video games, it's your hobby. That's the key word, right? Hobby. It's not a job. It's not your life. It's a hobby. So, I mean, yes, can some of us make it into a job? Absolutely. Some of us trying to? Yes, there are. But at the end of the day, it's a hobby. So, why are you so upset about the whole thing? That's the way I see it. This is like, why are you so upset about something that is clearly not really that big of a deal? Because I honestly don't think it's big of a deal. I really don't. And I mean, and that's just because I've played the Call of Duties in this past couple of years, and honestly, they're nothing to write home about. To be honest, they're nothing to be like, oh my gosh, these are amazing games. They're not. They're not like they were in the 360 era or the Xbox, even the PlayStation 4, Xbox One era. They're not the same. It's not the same Call of Duty. Yes, the mechanics are the same, but they've done a lot of things that just make the game crap. Completely and utter crap. And people still go out and they buy it. I'm at fault there too, because I get duped into thinking that this next Call of Duty is going to be good, and then all of a sudden it turns out, oh, it wasn't very good. So now I'm like, if they come out with the next Call of Duty, I don't think I'm gonna buy it. I honestly don't. I'm done. I'm done with it. I don't want to spend $60 on just a mediocre game anymore. And that's what they've been giving us, is mediocre games from that camp. So that's why I'm like, Microsoft, have them. Take them. Because Modern Warfare 2 was hot garbage. It was nothing like Modern Warfare 2 back in the day. We will never see a Call of Duty like that ever again. Ever. We'll never see a Call of Duty like Black Ops 2 ever again. We will never see a Call of Duty like the first Modern Warfare. That is crazy because, like, they literally, all they had to do, to be honest, was just basically copy and paste it. Like, that's literally all they had to do. And they were like, no, we're gonna try to change things around, you know, we don't want to make the same game over and over again. People were just gonna get bored of that. But at the same time, you didn't make it very good either. You know, like, you didn't make the ones that you did make that were good were the old ones, and the new ones now are just complete and utter garbage. And it's just like, just let them have it. I get it from the standpoint of like a Call of Duty fan that's a PlayStation fan as well. I get it from their standpoint where they're like, am I still gonna get Call of Duty? You know, that's their whole thing. And I can almost guarantee Call of Duty is gonna be on PlayStation. In some way, some form, it'll be on PlayStation, right? Maybe not in the same traditional form as you know, as it was in the past, but it'll be there in some form. Some way, shape, or form, it'll be there. Whether we like it or not, it'll be there. Gosh, man. I forget that this dude, like, literally, like, just has just a bunch of... Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's just... It's ridiculous. I don't get this. I understand the FTC is probably going to do it just because of the fact, from a business standpoint, it makes sense for them to appeal it, right? But from my standpoint as a gamer and just somebody who loves the hobby, it makes no sense at all. It's just like, ugh. I honestly don't see how it's gonna make a monopoly out of the market if they do that, if they get Activision Blizzard. Because there's still EA out there, there's still Ubisoft, there's still some of the bigger publishers are still out there, and they're not bought by anybody else. You know? It's not like, you know, there's still Capcom. Capcom's not gonna... It doesn't seem like Capcom's gonna sell anytime soon. I mean, they're making bank anyways over there. They're in their own little lane over there at Capcom. So it's a crazy thing. I don't understand it. I'm just so fed up with the shenanigans, to be honest, of the whole thing. Because it is just shenanigans. It's just more money going down the drain for crap that doesn't even freaking matter, man. It really doesn't. You know, when that money that they could spend on our healthcare or our education, which is the lowest in the world, like, you know. You would think that they would think about those things. But of course they don't. Because you know why? This is all a distraction. So they could pass some sort of bill that they haven't been able to pass for like 20 years or something like that. So they can just say, oh well, you know, I almost guarantee it that we'll hear about it too. In the news we'll hear about, oh yeah, the FTC, you know, is appealing and the court date and everything, and the court goes and we go to court and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden they're like, and then like a couple days later after the decision, we hear about some bill that they passed. that honestly they shouldn't have. It's just a distraction. Like, it's like when a celebrity freaks out or something like that. It's all distractions. It's all that it is. Like when Charlie Sheen freaked out, they passed like 15 different bills that nobody wanted. Nobody got to vote for. Nobody wanted them, and it was just like they're just like, oh yeah, this is what we did, you know. While you all were distracted by some dude's life, you know. And it's just like it just becomes ridiculous. And it's just like, wow, man, can't believe that this is the kind of world we live in, you know. And we almost have to just accept it, because what else are we gonna do? And that sucks, you know. We have to accept that they're gonna spend our money to do something dumb like this, to keep it going. I don't know if it's just to make themselves feel better, or if it's to, you know, because apparently, from what I know of, they got washed in that hearing, in that first court case. So I don't know. I just don't know what they're thinking when they say, "Oh, we're gonna appeal it." You know, that's the crazy part about the whole thing. Jeez, man.
I need time to do that.
Can I get out of this guy's way? Jeez. Yeah, it's just it's ridiculous. I don't get it. I wish that we didn't have to go through this again, to be honest. But since we are, they better have their crap together, because they will not. They won't win again. They won't try to win again if it doesn't go through again. Because they literally screwed that entire case up when they decided to go in front of the judge. It was just, and I mean, I saw some clips. I seen some clips, and I was just like, "Ooh, man, this looks. You guys look terrible. Like, you guys look bad. Like I was embarrassed to be an American at that moment when I saw what they were doing. You know, at the FTC, I was just like, wow, this is just like I almost feel like that's what they should be focusing on, right? Is education over this crap. Because some of those people need to go back to school, man. It was insane. I was just like, my gosh, man. How can you be so, you know, really naive in a way? You know, or even like just completely talking out of your butt, you know, like saying things that literally clearly would help Microsoft in their case, and then they decide, oh, we're gonna appeal it. As if you have new evidence, or as if you have new founding files, you know, stating that Microsoft shouldn't get this deal. It's just, it's ridiculous, and we already know it's not because they found something new. We already know it's because they didn't. We already know it's because they want to waste time, and they want to have a distraction so The government wants that as a distraction so then they can pass some sort of bill that they feel like they, you know, deserve or whatever. And it's just like, oh my gosh, man. It's ridiculous. Just complete and utter ridiculousness. I can't believe we're still gonna go through this again. Same thing. People are on Twitter already being like, the FTC allows. I mean, the not the FTC, but the
Buying or selling?
not the FTC, but the Microsoft. Oh, Microsoft lost again. They're appealing, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, when are you just gonna throw in the towel, man? When are you just gonna throw in the towel and just not worry about what's going on at Microsoft and just play games? You know? Because when I'm playing games, I'm not worried about anything about what's happening at Microsoft. And I'm sure there's people out there who feel the same way that I do. It's just, it's becoming more and more ridiculous. And I'm just so fed up with the shenanigans. And it's crazy. And don't get me wrong, you know, there's you know, there's guys in this community that I enjoy talking to and you know, hearing what they have to say and stuff. But man, there's so many people that I'm just like, I don't even want to engage with you because you're just completely and utterly like just in a weird fanboy mindset. And it gets out of hand. You know? This freaking dude, man, I don't know. I might have to come back and try to get this dude, I don't know. It's when he throws it's I know the barbarian's gonna be a lot harder to solo with though. I know that for a fact. Just because the moveset that the barbarian has isn't like, it's a strong moveset, but it's not a great moveset for, you know, getting hit by attacks and stuff. So it's not like the necromancer where you can kind of, you know, build it so that it can drain the blood of its enemies, basically. But this guy, I mean, I did have a problem with the other guy though too. I may have to, you know what I may have to do if I die again? I'm gonna have to upgrade the weapon, my weapons and my armor and stuff. It's just so then I can at least maybe have a chance to beat this dude. Yeah, I'm just wow about everything, you know. Honestly, when I heard the news that they were gonna get it, I was just like, okay, now let's see what Microsoft can do, you know. Let's see, because I don't want Microsoft to go away. I don't want Xbox to go away. Like, there's games on Xbox that I enjoy playing, like Gears and Forza Horizon. I liked the last Halo too, you know. I mean, yes, granted, I didn't like the multiplayer of it, but I did like, you know, the single player campaign of that game. It was a good single player campaign. I mean, it also had its moments of kind of like, you know, jeez, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to the Ked Bardu and hopefully maybe I can yeah, I'm gonna have to just upgrade my stuff while I'm at it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't. You know, people always wonder why you play games single player? Why don't you play with people? Why aren't you? It's because of that. It's because of that crap. On Twitter, you think people are different when they get on a party chat? No, unless they're playing like Call of Duty or something. They're playing something competitive. You know, like, you know. And I can't speak for everyone because, you know, people that I've hung out with, for the most part, they're talking about games and they're talking about, you know, life and stuff, and, you know, and how they're, you know, gonna go do this over the weekend or the summer or whatever, and, you know, that's always fun, and talking to people about that stuff. And then, you know, people, you know, always think that people, when they get into an Xbox party chat, they're talking about, well, PlayStation. Honestly, for the most part, I rarely ever see or hear anybody talk about PlayStation when they're in the Xbox party chat. Period. Like, it's super rare.
I can't do that here.
My skill is unmatched. You'll see.
And, I think I just need to upgrade. Just need to upgrade all these items that I have right now.
Finest quality.
Because I think that's the only way we're going to be able to beat this dude. I don't like doing it because it's kind of a waste. Because, I mean, eventually you're going to get good stuff. I mean, I could grind to get more good stuff, but at this point, we're not doing that. We're not going to grind to get good stuff. You know, yeah, we'll get that to the highest it can go. Then we'll get this to the highest it can go. And get this to the highest it can go. Okay, so we only have 2 of those, huh? Okay, well, that's fine. But it's just I mean, I know you can hear it in my, like, when I sigh like that, that means I'm just fed up with it all. To be honest. Upgrade. Well, we're gonna upgrade that. Right, we're gonna upgrade this to the highest it can go. And we're gonna upgrade this to the highest we can go on this one. It looks like 2. Okay. Hopefully now we should be good. I think we did we repair our equipment? I want to make sure we repaired it. Make sure. Yeah, we're repaired. But, you know, and I'm just enjoying gaming right now, man. I really am. You know? And then this kind of stuff happens, or Twitter happens, and I'm just, ugh. It's, for me, it's just like, ugh, I don't, you know. And trust me, there's times where, you know, I feel like blocking people, but I don't do it because it's just, you know, it's not something I want to do, you know. Most of the time, I just mute them. I don't block a lot of people. Like, there's certain people I have blocked in the past, but that's only because, you know, they said something that was just like completely out of pocket or whatever, and I'm just like, no, I don't stand for that certain stuff. but for the most part, I don't block people, or they do something out of pocket, right? That I'm like, really? Should be able to beat him this time. I don't like to upgrade my stuff when I'm at a low level like that, because it just always, you know, because you're always gonna get good stuff. That's the thing. Like, you're always gonna get new stuff that's gonna. But when we're just trying to stream and having a struggle fest with, you know, this big brute dude over here,
I need more time.
I'm like, yeah, it's time to pull up the good old upgrade your stuff. Oh, crap. And I spoke too soon. Look at that. Maybe I'm just in one of those moods today. I think I am. I'm just in one of those moods where I'm just like, I don't want to deal with anything. Don't want to deal with anybody. I almost was gonna plan on canceling this stream. Shoot, there's moments where I'm like, I don't even want to do stream anymore. Like, I don't. This is not worth it to me. You know. Like, I'm not really getting anything out of it. You know, and it wasn't supposed to be like that either. It was supposed to just be fun. But, you know, sometimes I just get with it, because I'm very much one of those people that just like, I want to just game. I don't want to talk. I don't want to do all that stuff. I just want to game. When I'm gaming, I'm not talking. You know, like when I'm just sitting by myself in my room playing games, I'm not talking. You know, I'm just playing, and it's quiet. You know,
I need time.
I'm focused on the game and not anything else. So that's why streaming is kind of a hard thing for me, because I don't like to talk for the most part when I'm gaming. Like, gaming is the time where I don't like to talk. It's like watching a movie. The same thing. You know, where I'm just like, this is not talk time. This is game time. You know, this is movie time. You don't talk. You know? That is one of my biggest pet peeves too. Like, when people are talking during a movie, oh, I cannot stand that. I will literally tell people to shut the fuck up. Just like that. Excuse my language. If they're talking. I've done it before at the movie theater. Because I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. It's just like, why you pay all this money if you're gonna frickin' talk? Or when somebody asks me questions when I'm watching a movie that I've never seen before. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I'm just like, dude, I've never seen it. You and I are both in the same boat. We've never seen this movie. And you're sitting here talking to me about, well, what do you think, you know, who's that guy? You know, I'm just like, I don't know who that guy is. You know, you're asking me a question I don't know, and I don't care at this moment. I know I'm gonna find out when I watch or play the game or whatever. You know, like, I know I'm gonna find out who that character is or whatever. I don't need to have the backseat, you know, driver asking me questions about a game or a movie or whatever, you know. That's why I'm rarely ever in party chats. When it comes, you know, because I'm so you know, I think it really comes from where that I'm so social in my day-to-day life that I just don't want to talk to anybody after you know, a substantial work day of talking to people for the most part, you know. Finally. And it's just it's one of those, you know, it just makes you go, ugh. It really does.
What happened? It feels like fire crawling over my skin. Ugh.
You were tattooed. A ritual.
I hear something. A voice in my head.
Andario. A connection was made between you and her. Who are you?
Thaisa. Who are you?
I am Lorath, one of the Haradrim.
Haradrim. So is Elias.
If he told you that, he was lying. I came to kill him. Thought I had, but the moment I looked away, he vanished.
If he survived, he will have fled to his refuge.
Refuge?
He has a palace, somewhere in the deserts of eastern Kyrgyzstan. But that is all I know.
Alright, let's talk to Lorath.
We should get to Tasarak. The people there know the deserts of Kyrgyzstan well. Maybe someone has heard of this palace.
Let me join you. I don't know how much help I will be in this condition, but I owe you my life.
You don't owe us anything. But you are welcome to come. You deserve vengeance too.
Okay. Where do we need to meet him? All the way in the heck down here. Okay. Well, then I guess we'll start heading down that way. Probably could have head over to Hidden Overlook. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that was just my rant on Microsoft and FTC stuff. I didn't really have other things to talk about this today. I was just kind of like, I was like, yay, we actually got something to talk about today. You know, because it's been kind of slow. It's been kind of dry. I am going through Final Fantasy X though again. I hadn't played that game since like it launched, pretty much. Not since it launched, but I mean I played it back in the day. I didn't own a PS2, but I would go over to a friend's house and play that game. That's kind of how I got into some of the PlayStation games. Is because I would go over to my buddy's house and we'd play, you know, mostly Final Fantasy. You know, we'd play Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, you know, all those games. Any Square Enix game came out, we were playing it, you know, at that time. Especially on the PS2, PS1 days, man, we were playing those games. And, you know, Square is definitely not the Square of old anymore. Square has definitely fallen from grace, for sure. And I think they kind of know that. I think they are kind of like, you know, I think that's kind of why they sold off some of their American, you know, their Western development. I shouldn't say American because it's not American, it's the Western development. You know, because they didn't just have studios here in the United States, they had studios in, you know, Quebec, Canada. They've even had, a place in France, which is, you know, still, I guess, considered the Western development. But yeah, they're definitely not the Square mold. You know, and as of right now, my game of the year, it's not Final Fantasy 16. It's not Starfield, that's not even out yet. It's right now, it's The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Hands down, period. That game was phenomenal. I loved that game so much. So much so, I played that game for like 140, 150 hours. Like, for me, for a single player game like that, that's quite a bit. You know, and I was actually surprised to myself that I actually went through the whole entire game, but I loved it. Like, that was the whole thing about it, is that I loved it that much. And then you know, and then this game came out, and I was just like, this is good, but it's not. It has nothing. It doesn't even hold a candle to Tears of the Kingdom. It's a good game, though. You know, this game is good. It really is. But it doesn't hold a candle to Tears at all. That's why I am kind of interested to see what Starfield does and how it does. It's going to be really interesting, to be honest. I'm kind of excited about it, to be honest, because I want to see if it's actually that good, right? Like, I want to see if it's good, and I want to see if all the hype and all the you know, this is gonna be the best game ever, is actually gonna come to fruition. Because devs can say, publishers can say whatever they want to get you to buy the game, doesn't mean that the game's gonna be that good.
I'm sorry, Sword.
Now,
But I'm not sending it.
is it Bethesda? Yes.
Be at peace with his body.
Has Bethesda had a pretty good track record as to having pretty good games? Yes. But they've had some hiccups too. So, you know, and this game is a very ambitious game. So it's going to be interesting. I know I said I wasn't going to play it, but I got Game Pass for free for 3 months. So I'm going to play it. You know, like, hey, I got it for free. Might as well play it. Might as well jump in and play it. See what it's like. If I didn't get Game Pass for free, I probably would have still gotten it for that 1 month. You know. Yeah, I probably would have. Just to test it out. Just to see. You know. And you know, and people still don't understand that Microsoft has still a lot to prove when it comes to, you know, winning the mind share of gamers. They're going in the right step, but they just need consistency on their games. And of course, you know, people will argue with me about that, but that's just my firm stance. They still have to prove that they can, you know, consistently give good games out in a timely manner, and that's when I think that they'll win the mind share. It's not gonna be because Game Pass. Yes, Game Pass is a great, you know, it's a great thing for, you know, gaming on a budget. But at the same time, it hasn't really substantially grown either, right? Like it's kind of stayed a little bit kind of stagnant, you know?
Just rumors, mostly. The people here speak of a sorcerer who lives in a grand palace beyond the endless sandstorm.
One of these nomads could help us reach it. They know the land better than...
Taisa?
Andaria. I hear her. I need a place to focus. Keep her voice at bay.
Look for a guide.
All right.
You'll find none fool enough to accept that request here. Give up and stay alive a day longer.
Are you mad? There's a sorcerer living in that storm who will rip your flesh from your bones.
Everybody's just like, nah, I ain't going that way, man. Absolutely not.
No chance. Not for all the gold in Chaldean. Wait. What about the old man? Ha! I'd sooner walk backwards into the burning hells than rely on him. But he might be the only one crazy enough to agree. He spends his days in a fog by the banks of the Argentec River. It's no place for kind souls. Be careful.
Found a quiet spot where she can focus on controlling Andariel's presence.
Is it safe to leave her here?
Safer than stumbling blind through the desert. At least until we find a reliable guide.
Alright, let's go to the riverbank. Find this dude. And some people might say, oh, you just sound like you hate gaming. No, I don't hate gaming. I don't hate anything. And I don't hate anyone. I just don't. I prefer not to get into conversations with certain people. You know? And I prefer not to talk about certain things. Like tomorrow, I'm dreading going on to the next podcast. Because I'm just like, because sometimes I just don't feel like freaking doing it. You know? And it's nothing against Bot or anything, or anything against anybody on the podcast, because those guys are cool and they're fun to talk to. It's just I just get in those moods where I just don't feel like doing it. You know? if you ever hear me quiet on a podcast, it's usually either because I'm mad about something, or I just don't care enough about what we're talking about to even, or I'm just in a mood where I'm just like, I don't want to be here, you know. But I try to be there because, you know, I know that it's hard to find people to be on a podcast with, because, you know, people are pretty, you know, flaky when it comes to that kind of thing. Honestly, I'd rather be in a good mood than a bad mood on a podcast. And who knows, my mood might change tomorrow. Sometimes I'm in a mood like this for like a couple days. Like I am right now, I'm just in that mood of just like, I'm just done with it all. You know how many times I've come close to deleting my Twitter? Quite a bit. To say the least. Quite a bit. I've come so close to just being done with it. Just being like, nope, I'm done. I don't care anymore. But then, of course, you know, I think about it, I'm like, oh, well. And some may say it's depression, some may say it's this or that, you know. I don't feel depressed or anything. I just don't want to deal with a lot of that stuff.
Turn around and walk out of here, friends. Well,
now we gotta find the other guy. And trust me, there's even times where I'm just like, I don't feel like gaming. At all.
What's that? I'm paid up, leave me be.
We're not here to collect. We need...
Huh? This can't be. Can it? Is that the symbol of the hole? The Hora,
Haradrim.
Yes, Horadrim. Deckard Kane. Can it be you, old friend? It's me, Mischief.
No. Deckard is gone. My name is Lorath. We need your help passing through the sandstorm to the north.
Sandstorm, eh? The others must have turned you down. Told you some rubbish about a sorcerer, I'll wager. Yeah. Well, what can a sorcerer do to me that time hasn't already? Yes, I'll help. There's an old chapel near there, an auspicious spot to begin a new adventure.
Good. Gather whatever you need. I'll fetch Thaisa and meet you there.
Ha! This is wonderful. Like old times, eh, Deckard?
Yeah, there's just certain things that happen in this quote unquote gaming community that just makes you feel like, man, do I want to be, you know, do I want to be in this? You know? And it makes me be like, do I want to continue? You know, with the podcasting and the streaming and stuff. Part of me says yes. Other part of me says no. Honestly, I wish I was more, like, oh yeah, I would love to do it all the time. I'm not. I really do wish that I could be like, oh yeah, I want to, be on a podcast every day. Not like that. I'm glad I don't. I'm glad I'm not on a podcast every day. Honestly, there's even part of me that I'm glad that people don't ask me to be on their podcast. Because I just don't want to do it. Sometimes. And I wish I didn't feel that way. Because it is fun. And it is good to interact with other people on in gaming and stuff. But for the most part, I'm just like, But right now I'm going through Final Fantasy X, like I said earlier. That's been actually kind of fun, going back and playing the old one. Playing the old Final Fantasies. I think Final Fantasy 16. I will say that the one of the best things that it did for me was make me have that nostalgia kick to be like, man, I kind of want to go back and play the other Final Fantasies. So, because there are some that I didn't get to play either, Most of the ones on PS2 I played, I played all the ones on PS2 actually. All the ones on PS3, but I didn't get to play like 1 through 5 or whatever, I played 7, 8, 9.
You're here. Deckard is inside with your friend.
Dario grew desperate.
I just think it'd be fun
The
to
screams are only a whisper now.
maybe go back and play some of those
This
again.
is holy ground.
That's what I was thinking.
Her influence will be weaker here.
And then I was just like, what am I going to play after that?
I am. Up to Taisa, whether she'll join us, though.
Every part of me wants to walk through that storm and draw Elias's blood. But perhaps he is counting on my vengeance to lead me back to him, so he can finish what he started. It is safer for everyone if I stay.
No shame in that. It's the wise choice. We'll bring you his head.
Just give me a second here. I'm checking something. Yeah, I think we're in the part where it just seems like it drags on. Chapter 3, or Act 3, I should say.
Are you? I hope you've lined your pockets with healing drops. If not, help yourself to the ones I keep on old Isabella here. Storm's going to get worse too. I can smell it. When it starts to kick up, we'll have to find something to shelter us, or there'll be nothing left of us but bones and stories.
This is definitely the part where we're just like dragging on. But it all, you know, I'm also playing Final Fantasy 16 brought me kind of back to my more roots of gaming too, which I like that it did that for me. Because I used to play a ton of turn-based games, right? Like I used to play a ton of that stuff, and then I fell out of it for a while, and now I'm like, I'm back.
Just savoring the moment. This is going to be a trek to remember, eh, Descartes? I can't wait.
Even though 16 wasn't, you know, a turn-based, it made me miss it. You know, it made me miss that turn-based type of, you know, combat and stuff. And it was kind of good to, like, I was like, you know what would be kind of a easier, you know, to get back into the groove again, you know, what would be easier? It was like, you know what, Final Fantasy X is a pretty good, you know, game to kind of like get yourself back into it. And then, and after that I'm going to go into Valkyria Chronicles. And then it's not a turn-based game, but I'm also going to play Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Donna. Which I heard is the best one.
Ha! It is! The gods favor our journey, friend. Share a drink with me, Descartes. A toast to another life or death adventure.
No, I've had quite enough. It's all yours.
Ah, I won't turn down such generosity.
And I know the purists out there are going to be like, you should start with Ys Origins, or...
Onward!
Onward. Mischief. But I was like, you know what? If I'm going to start with one, I'll start with the best one, you know? And then if I like it, then I'll go back and play other ones, you know? Plus, I feel like, because from what I've read for Ys, like, the characters are pretty much the same in each game, right? But the stories are kind of like a one-off. Like, each game has a kind of a one-off story. So, I was just like, you know what? If I'm going to play any of them, I should play the best one first. And if I like it, maybe I'll like the other ones too. Because a lot of the times, the ones that the majority of people love, you know, the majority of people like just completely love that game. I'm not. A lot of times, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Or, you know, I like a different one in the franchise. Like Final Fantasy 12, I really love.
No! Back! We need to go back!
What? What's wrong?
My pipe! I left my pipe back at the chapel! We must go back and get it!
Oh man, if you turn your back now, I'll be the first to bury a blade in it.
Bah! Fine. But I won't forget this betrayal, Descartes. You know I won't. Come on then.
This dude wants to go back for his pipe. It's like, dude, just get your butt out there. Take us to where we need to go. Yeah, like with the Trails games, I know I'm gonna have to play those like from the beginning. You know, like the best way to play them would be from, you know. I know, granted, yes, like you could probably start with Trails of Zero, then Observer, and then probably go back to the Trails into the Sky trilogy, and then go into Trails of Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, and 4. But I think I'd rather go, which is, I guess, apparently it's the purest way of going, is play Trails into the Sky first, then that trilogy, and then go into Zero and Azure, and then go into Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go into Reverie at the end. Because Reverie apparently ties everything up into like a little bow, and it kind of leaves way for the future of the franchise. Actually, you know, the funny thing is, I'm surprised that game actually, like, stayed in Japan for so long. I mean, I think they had that game for like 3 years now in Japan. Tales into Reverie. That's the crazy thing, you know. I'm just like, dang, man. I guess it's not a huge popular game here, which is fine with me. I'm okay with that. I'd rather play a game that's not popular, you know. Because a lot of times those are some of the best games, to be honest.
Ah, Deckard. Do you remember the smell of salt air up here? No shade of devil could stand in our way. Been all across this world since then. Seen things you wouldn't believe. But it was never quite the same. Wandering without a direction, it was just waiting.
Aye. It's important to have something to walk towards.
One foot in front of the other, eh, old friend? If we stop walking, we die. Sounds like the winds have calmed. Stay close.
Yeah, this part just drags, man. I've also, like... I've also been playing Honkai Star Rail on my phone lately, too. Because I wanted to try it out. I'm liking that game already. Like, from what I played of it, it's been pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. Like, some of the characters do some really cool moves and stuff. It's a turn-based RPG. It definitely has its mobile, you know, fixings with it, but it's still pretty good. I've been enjoying it. And I'll go off and on, you know. I'll play that, and then I'll go and play...
It wasn't half as dangerous as the others made it seem.
Final Fantasy X.
Look at this. To think such an intriguing place was hidden beyond the storm.
A relic from the old days of Kyrgyzstan, maybe. Lost to time until Elias seized it.
He must stole some treasure, eh?
Mashif, don't move. Don't speak to anyone. There is great danger lurking here.
You've grown fearful in your old age, my friend. But worry not. I will stay put.
Elias chose them to join his anointed circle?
It was Master Elias's hand that brought Lilith.
Plus, I feel like,
and it will be his hand that binds
you know,
lesser evil
a little bit more of a lighthearted type of RPG. Especially coming off of this and coming off of freaking Final Fantasy 16, when these games are just so dark and stuff.
I haven't seen you before.
We just made it through the storm. By the Mother's grace.
Ah, new disciples. You've come at an auspicious time. Lilith recently graced us with her presence.
She was here.
Oh, it was magnificent. But do not worry. Perhaps Master Elias will give you a glimpse of her through the sightless eye. If he deems you worthy, go inside and present yourself to him.
Sweet. Level 25. Let's see, what should we get? We already have something in Rally Cry. You know what? We probably should get some of this stuff, huh? What do we have? What's our... Yeah, let's do this one. Let's get some of this stuff.
This is worse than I thought. Elias has the sightless eye. It's ancient magic. He can see anywhere with it. Across time, even.
Aye, champions of Lilith! Never again!
Bless me with your power, and whatever you ask of me, it will be done.
Go forth and stand in judgment before Master Elias. But show no fear, no hesitation.
Don't worry. We won't.
Blessed Mother, I will not fail you again. The maiden will walk this world.
Elias.
I knew you would come, Laura.
Been spying on us with the sightless eye, have you?
You think I would waste such magic on you? You're still just as narrow-minded as the day I left you. I will put you out of your misery, old man.
Shoot. I didn't realize I was getting...
You should have stayed in that little cabin, hoarding your regrets. I am beyond.
Yeah, I've been really been enjoying going back and playing some of the older stuff too, you know. Plus, I'm pretty excited
This is over.
for
We should find
Star Ocean Second Story R. It's coming out.
Leave it with these fanatics.
Hold on. I see something.
See something.
petals.
Blood petals. Cutscene. Hey. I can't remember which one this was. This is Yeah, no.
Mephisto, Diablo, Bale. The ruination of Sanctuary is imminent. And yet you doubt.
Only zealots and fools are completely certain, Mother. If we are to be saved, it will be by your hand.
I have not come to save, but to empower. In my shadow, the strong will oppose the might of hell itself. Let the weak fend for themselves.
Andaria lives. The Horadrim die.
Whatever the cost.
Whatever the cost.
Another vision. Lilith thinks the primevals will destroy Sanctuary, and she's empowering people to stand against them.
That's why she and Elias are gathering followers. They're building a bloody army.
Yes, Lorath. The Lords of Hell threaten our existence, and we are doing something about it.
Elias? How are you still alive?
You will never understand what I have done for this world.
Yeah, I think the rest of this year is pretty much playing out on my end for what games I'm for the most part, I'm probably going to be playing a lot of Japanese style games, so that's kind of where I'm kind of landing. For the most part. I mean, there will be, like, Spider-Man and stuff like that. I'm definitely going to be playing Spider-Man, you know. But that'll be, like, my action fix, you know, my full-on button-matching type of fix, you know.
You cannot kill me!
I think there's another game now, like, action-wise. Like, I'll probably play Alan or Assassin's Creed.
We can't keep bashing our heads against him like this. He'll wear us down. We need to escape, but not without the Sightless Eye. If we can take it, that'll rob him of some power at least.
In the mountains, the mother and I saw a village. The people, cold and hungry, prayed to a light that would give them no warmth. But in her presence, a new fire was stoked in their hearts. They would never go hungry or feel cold again.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's kind of hard because I know right now they're kind of disputing, like calling games calling Japanese games Japanese RPGs, calling them JRPGs. But I mean, I just don't know how we're gonna differentiate the two because they're completely different. I mean, yes, do some of them have some Western type of look to them or feeling to them? Yes, but they are definitely a different style of RPG. You know, so I just don't know how we're gonna go about changing the name to something else.
I sense the blood of Lilith in you, Wanderer. You received her blessed communion. Open your heart to her. Embrace your nature.
Never.
You'll give up at some point. It's what you always do.
I wish I knew what they were going to change the name to, you know. But for now, we're still going to call them JRPGs. Because I know they don't like that term. They feel like it's derogatory towards, you know, them. I get that, you know. But I just don't know how else we would be able to, you know, differentiate the two. Because, I mean, they're not all turn-based. You know, they're not all action-based. You know. So, right now it's just the easiest way to explain what, you know, kind of game we're playing.
Unnatural. Some kind of necromancy. Where did he find this power?
You fight Elias like 3 or 4 times in this game, I swear. It's kind of ridiculous. It's like, okay, I don't need to fight him again. See, I get why there's certain gamers who like Diablo like a lot, because especially now, because it's more of a multiplayer-esque type of game. But for me, it was good. You know, I won't sit here and say that this game wasn't good to me. It just wasn't my favorite in the franchise. Plus, it wasn't the best game I played this year. It just had a lot of moments of just kind of like, oof, this is dragging on, man. Kind of like Final Fantasy 16.
Laura, taking it will change nothing. It is too late to stop what Lilith has begun.
sweetest entries in the Final Fantasy realm, 16 is probably the best one. Like, outside of the MMO, you know. Which I've never played. I've actually never played the MMO. Simply because I don't believe in paying to play a game. Like paying a monthly subscription to play a game, I think that's just ridiculous. There's no need for it. It's just so that they can, I guess, keep servers up or whatever, which I think is a crock of crap. I think they just do it just to gouge more money from you. I always forget that I have the game stomp. What will do against the boss like this?
I'm not ready yet.
It doesn't do too bad. It's not bad. What I have. The stagger just a little bit.
Here it is. The Sightless Eye. Mashif can help us get the artifact far from this place. But we need to hurry before Elias returns. That opening over there is our best chance of escape.
Getting out of here in a pinch.
The fire and opened. Once, we were the lambs, and demons were the wolves. But no more. We, the weak, will be made...
Put pressure here. We need to stop the bleeding.
It seems I've lost a step in my old age, eh, Deckard?
No.
Hey, you made it. Did you kill that sorcerer fellow?
Don't talk. The storm was broken. We'll get you out of here.
Oh, it's a shame. I got mine. Just a hair too late. Sneaky devil poked me in the back. Skewered like a quill rat. So it goes. Hey, Deckard.
Aye. So it goes. They'll be coming. I'm taking the Sightless Eye. We need a safe place to study it. Use it against them. We'll meet at the Desert Chapel. Go.
I think we should be able to just end it here. yeah, we're gonna end it here. Thanks everyone for coming out and checking out the live stream. Definitely appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter at Dark Optimus, where I post all my gaming shenanigans. And possibly, I might see you guys back here on Saturday, depending on my mood. Might see you guys back here on Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Have a good night, everyone.